Welcome to the Golden Valley Light Railway video platform. This is a Stockbook series video. Hunslet 4WDH AD34. Let's take a look around AD34. AD34 was built in 1971 by the Hunslet Engine Company Limited in the city of Leeds, Yorkshire, in the United Kingdom. A Model 4WDH with the works number of 7009. AD34 was the first of 5 locomotives supplied new to the Ministry of Defence Royal Ordnance Factory, Eastriggs in Dumfries Shire, Scotland, where they were used to move munitions around the site on the site's extensive 2-foot gauge railway. By 1996 all 5 locos had been transferred down to Kent to work at the MOD Lydd gun ranges, where they were used as motive power for maintenance and personnel trains on the extensive internal rail system. When declared surplus by the MOD in 2007, all 5 locos were sold into preservation. AD34 arrived at the GVLR in July 2007, and the other 4 went to the OKLR in Surrey. They subsequently sold one to the Stackfold Barn Railway. AD34 came to the GVLR in a dismantled condition, missing its alternator, seat and water pump. When fully reassembled with new, modified and repaired components, it was partially rewired, serviced, fitted with a new battery, and then by the end of 2008 was operational as a works loco for the GVLR. Power is provided by a 3-cylinder Perkins diesel engine. Both axles are driven by chains through a hydraulic gearbox. The loco has a weight of 4 tons and a top speed of 6 miles per hour. As we zoom in on the front, you can see the pin-type coupler and the Hunslet name plate. Behind the mesh grille are the head and tail lamps and the engine's cooling radiator. Looking down the left-hand side, note the heavy cast frame, leaf springs, axle boxes, wheels with their brake blocks, the forward and reverse travel sander pipes between them, and the exhaust pipe, running upwards, at the front. As we look on the left, we see the same, bar the exhaust. That frame looks heavy. Looking to the top of the cab, the direction marker lights and front windscreen wiper are visible. Then, as we pull back, we pass over the engine air intake. The cab door is easily opened. Just inside the cab, coming up from the footwell, is the long brake lever, and down by its base, the foot-operated ratchet for the parking brake. As we pan around, under the seat various coupling rings and pins can be seen, and by the door is the battery isolator switch. Once inside, you can easily turn from looking forwards to looking rearwards. The rear windscreen wiper motor sits at the top of the screen. As we come back to the front, safety goggles can be seen hanging from the front windscreen wiper motor. Who left those hanging there? And there is the interior light, mind your head. Down on the bulkhead are the maker's plates. As we pan up, the gear selector can be seen with its big red knob. The upper lever with the black knob is the sander control. We then see, to the front of the seat, the light switches and the starter button, the stop button, the cab heater control, the interior light switch, and then behind the mesh the engine gauges and oil pressure light. To the right of the gauges are the hour meter and horn push. The engine covers are removed by raising the levers and then lifting away. Inside the right-hand cover you can see the oil bath air cleaner, starter motor, fuel pump, alternator and some hydraulic pipes for the gearbox. Hidden at the front is the fan and cooling radiator. On the left side you can see the exhaust pipe, injector pump, the fuel filter, pipes to the cab heater and more hydraulic pipes to the gearbox. Also on the left side, down by the oil filter, is the engine oil dipstick. This must be checked at the start of the day before the loco is used. Another part of the daily checks is the coolant. This is done by removing the radiator cap on top of the engine cowls and looking in to check the coolant level. Always replace the cap securely. Also on the top of the cowls, back towards the cab, the big lid is the sandbox filler, and over on the right side is the diesel fuel filler. The gearbox dipstick and filler is behind the rear cowl door. It should also be checked. I will finish off this introduction to AD34 with a photo taken in the country park during some tree maintenance that the P-Way gang were doing. Providing motive power for the works trains is its main use at the GVLR. That concludes this Stockbook series video. Please consider to like this video by checking the thumbs up symbol and then perhaps leave a comment. What GVLR loco or rolling stock item would you like to see a video on? You may want to subscribe to the channel to see further episodes and other content on the GVLR video platform.